I want to talk about the differences that I see between the S90C and the S95C. The last time I visited the store, the S90C was not displaying anything, and I really wanted to see what the difference was because, of course, you can get an S90C, go to the service menu, and unleash all the brightness. So there you go, you have an S95C. It might have a different panel. It might have the panel from last year, especially with the smaller screen sizes. But if you get a 77-inch S90C, that should be the same panel as the S95C. So if I were to buy one of those, I would definitely go with the S90C, go to the service menu, and unlock all the brightness. That's it. There's no reason to pay more for the S95C, in my opinion, because it's just a restriction from Samsung. The same panel, same software, same panel. Absolutely no reason to pay more money for it, in my opinion. But not everyone is gonna go to the service menu and make those changes. But one thing that I wanted to point out between these two TVs is that I see the S90C might have different settings. Okay, this might be just the settings. They look very similar. Of course, you can see the S95C is brighter, but one difference that I was noticing is the shadow detail. Look at the difference. So the S95C either has lifted shadows, or the S95 or the S90C is crushing a little bit, or it might just be a difference on the gamma settings. I'm not sure because I don't have the remote to see what the settings are, but it is a difference that I can clearly see. You can see here on the right side two LCD screens. These are the QN85B and the QN90B. So that difference was very clear. You can see it here. See, it's just darker. Near black is darker. So it might be just BT1886 for the S90C and 2.2 for the S95C. But yeah, I don't think the S90C is crushing, but it's definitely black. It's definitely darker. You can see it clearly. So maybe they have that set up on the store, because all these TVs, side by side and one next to the other, this is all set up by Samsung. Okay, this is all orchestrated by Samsung, and they have to be able to show you that one TV is better than the other. And basically, the best thing you can do is just to show different settings for that retail mode. Just show different settings. So one person comes here and says, okay, this TV looks brighter, I can see everything more easier, and that's why you should pay more money for it, basically. That might be the reason why. I am sure that I can just change the settings of the S90C and make it look the same as the S95C. 100% sure. And you can even get any screen size of the S90C, go to the service menu, change the settings, and make it look the same as the S95C. You can get an S95B, go to the service menu and get 1500 nits. Okay, and right now with the prices, the price of the S95B is like $1,300, I believe. So, $1,300. You go to the service menu, unleash 1500 nits, and there you go. That's your S95. That's your S95C, right there. But yeah, most people don't spend that money to then go and tweak settings on the service menu. And the S95B is a famously broken TV. It has so many issues and firmware update issues, but it is what it is. You want QD OLED, you either get Samsung with a broken firmware, or you get Sony and you pay extra. You pay so much more money for Sony. I was looking at the Sony TVs here at the store, and the prices don't make any sense. Absolutely no sense right now. It's just overpriced. I don't know why would someone, overpay for Sony, especially with the older TVs. If you want the latest and greatest and you think that Sony is the best, I can understand, but to pay for an older TV more money. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video to show you that difference. They look very similar, okay? If I change the settings, again, I changed the settings of the S90C, and especially if you unleash all that brightness on the service menu, it's just the same TV. Same TV. It's just being software restricted. And yeah, I am aware that the S95C is supposed to have a different panel that might have some advantages. And the S90C right now is panel lottery. So my guess is that if you get it right now, you're basically betting and you might get the S95B panel. But if you get it next year or maybe close to Black Friday or later, most likely you're gonna get the same S95C panel. And yeah, at that point, I don't see any reason to get the S95C. That's just my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you think about it. Again, that's Cuba. That's my country of origin. And you can see the difference in the color vibrancy here between this LCD and the QD OLED. But you know, this is just vivid mode. So yeah, I know this country. I come from Cuba, and it doesn't look like that. And those cars don't look so vivid. So yeah, you see the black level rays, as I pointed out before. You know, that's just under lighting conditions. But I think that's something that's very, very important to stress. These QD OLEDs are a different TV. Under lighting conditions, it doesn't look like an LG OLED. It doesn't look perfectly black. Look at the black bars, they are not perfect. Then you look at an LG OLED, like here, and the blacks are just absolutely perfect. Of course, you cannot see that on the recording from this far away, but yeah, it is what it is. So you see the darkness differences? See, it looks darker, near black on the S90C. And it's very clear to see in person. Even the camera is capturing that difference. So yeah, to be honest, I was even considering on getting an S95B open box. I'm talking about, if I can get one for $900, 55-inch, I'll be like, okay, I know it is a broken TV with a lot of issues, but I might be able to fix it. So I might be able to share some good stuff for the channel. So I was thinking, oh man, should I get that? But no, it doesn't make any sense. I do not like the QD OLED technology. It doesn't have 120 black frame insertion. It doesn't have the settings. I've been looking at the settings available. It doesn't have the settings that I need to adjust it the way I want. And it just, for the channel, I would just get it for the channel, but the channel doesn't give me enough money to justify that. But I was still thinking, man, if I get an S95B, I know I'm going to help a lot of people, because I know I'm 100% sure I'm going to fix that TV. Basically, I've seen so many issues, so many complaints with that, and I know I can fix most of them. But yeah, it doesn't make any sense, financial sense, I mean, because yeah, the channel doesn't give enough money to justify that, and I don't want the TV. I don't like it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.